Squatters, when you operate in a political space or when you are a president, you are forced to become a politician. You cannot be a businessman and be a president without being a politician. Because in that position that you are in, or you find yourself in as a president, you are automatically a politician. And a politician is someone who should be able to strategize, to think out of the box, to plan ahead, to be able to, to observe all the threats that are surrounding him. That is why you see people like Commander Ibrahim Traore of the Burkina Faso having his own firearm. He's a president, he was a military commander, then they pushed through this other commander who was underperforming, then he took over, and he understands the risk of his job. 24 hours, that man's life is constantly under threat. So he carries his own firearm. Sometimes he wears military uniform. He doesn't wear a suit. People think being a president is just sitting in a restaurant and eating a decent meal. That position is the most riskiest position that one can think of. It's like being a chairperson in the taxi industry. So for the fact that your life is constantly under threat, and there are people who would want to topple you. So coming back to Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa thinks presidency is like Zuma when he was still a president, and other presidents of the ANC, by the way. They don't calculate the risk they're exposed in. And another thing is that ANC is not aware that these white Afrikaners, they are planning to topple the government. Let me paint this picture, squatters. I will never support DA, Democratic Alliance, because I know who they are. I will never support Freedom Front Plus. I will never vote for them. I will never say anything good about them because I've seen them who they really are. I will never recognize I don't know, they call themselves civil organizations or what, Afriforum. I will never buy into their story. Whatever they're going to say or whatever they are representing, I know who they represent. I don't want to associate myself with those people. The likes of Penwells tried to be different. Penwell got Penwell, the one who's got a YouTube channel, the Convo show. He tried to join the membership and everything, and wanted to show us South Africans, black South Africans to be specific, that no, they are not like that. You can live with the Afrikaners and all of that. And all of a sudden he pulls out. He pulled out because he has seen exactly who they are and he has learned his own lessons. Solidariteit also. I'll never associate myself with Solidariteit because I know that if you want to experience racism, go to these 4 organizations. You will see racism. If you are black, you are not welcome. Completely not welcome. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. I don't know black people. We need to wise up. We need to open our eyes. But we've got dumb politicians who are fast asleep and who don't actually see this coming. Now, if you observe this issue, the Afriforum and Solidarity, they are there at the White House with their senior president, Donald Trump. This one is a junior president to them, Cyril Ramaphosa. So they are with the senior president and also Elon Musk, co-president, US co-president. So Elon Musk is presidenting with Donald Trump. And come this Freedom Front Plus, endorsing what Afriforum is doing. So if you look at these 4 organizations, they are the ones who are going to topple the government. They are the ones which are going to overthrow the government of the ANC. Because, these politicians in the ANC, they still trust white people to that extent that they can give them everything. They can offer them everything. I don't know who came up with the decision of being in the GNU with the Democratic Alliance. That's number one. Number two, Democratic Alliance, I don't understand why they are the second largest party in South Africa. I'm still wondering who is voting for these people. Who exactly is voting for these people? Because these people, white people are only 7% in our country. And on that 7%, they have to divide it with other parties like Freedom Front Plus and so forth. So the 7% versus the 72 or 70-something% of black people. So who actually is voting, for these white parties like Democratic Alliance? For them to get 20% and for EFF to get a 10%, a mere 10%, and for MKP to get 14%. We know that MKP got 44% in KZN. And they tried by all means. Remember Helen Zille saying she will not surrender the leadership or the government to the dogs, referring to the EFF and the MKP. So now you can see that Afrikaners are on a mission actually to topple the government by any means. And now they've got this sleepist party, which was a sellout long time ago. Like I always say that ANC was not supposed to govern. They were not ready to govern. We were supposed maybe to be governed by the Pan-Africanist Congress, but they had to oppress those political parties which were pro-African so that they emerge as better, house Negroes that can take care of the master's house. So this is a concern because as much as the Freedom Front Plus is endorsing, then it means all these four organizations, they've had a secret meeting and agreed that this is what they are going to do. And even now, South Africa, we don't know what they are planning there at the White House with Donald Trump. And then I'm very much worried that these people will hijack the government. Because why? We've got black people who trust white people too much, to an extent that they believe that everything that they do without white people, they can't succeed. That is why Cyril Ramaphosa decided to take the government to the DA. He didn't take it to the MKP, to the EFF. You see your fellow black brothers as the biggest enemies and you don't want anything to do with them. Okay, fine. But now, this is a threat and this is a test at the same time. If Cyril Ramaphosa does nothing to those four terrorists who are there when they come back, then it will prove that he has deliberately sold the ANC to the enemy. Because now, people say, no, if white people come and govern, the Democratic Alliance takes over, you know what's going to happen? They will push ANC. Maybe on the next election, ANC gets 30%. And then DA gets 30%. And then maybe Freedom Front Plus get 5% or whatever. They will try to push. They rather go and do a coalition, a governance with maybe the likes of Action SA and other. Then they want to push ANC completely out of power. And if they achieve that, they will hold on to power and they will keep on knocking. No one will ever manage to get into power again. I don't understand if we are ready to lose the government that easy, or we don't actually see what these people are planning to do. It is worrisome because we are from apartheid. We liberated ourselves as black people. And now we still take the government back to them. And we never got the land back. We're still fighting for the land. They are very much against the land that they stole from black people. Black people were dispossessed of land in South Africa. It's a fact. They were chased out of their land, and the apartheid government took over and they did as they pleased. 1913 Land Act and whatsoever, Black Administration Act, all those horrible laws that they implemented so that they can take everything from black people and black people become laborers. Then we continue like it's business as usual. They don't even feel sorry about it, and they will never apologize, and they actually still want to take more and constantly accuse black people of corrupt. You see black people, you see corruption, but them, no, they are super holy. There's nothing wrong with them. Even when their own are found to have been corrupt, there and there, they protect them. And I want to warn black people, by the way, who are there at the Democratic Alliance, that the day Democratic Alliance takes power, all of you will be fired. You are employees there. The likes of basic education minister, Gwarumbe, and all of that, those are black people who wants to fit into the space of the elites and want to be regarded as white inside white people. You know, they want to fit in. It's like when you are an orange and try to be an apple, you know, and try to belong to apple. You will never be an apple. So those black people who are in the DA, even those who are given positions, they will be fired, all of them. They will find something against them that will get them fired, and it will only be white ministers if the Democratic Alliance takes power. And they are going there, slowly but surely, they are going there. And now, after when the DA takes over, John Steenhuisen will be an iceboy, forever an iceboy. When the DA takes over, Helen Zille will rise and become a president. Remember, being a president, even when you are 90 years, you can be a president still. That's the only job that doesn't require age limit. Even when you are 100 years, you are still alive, like Mugabe, you can still be a president. So that is when you will see Helen Zille now rising. Helen Zille is playing behind closed doors, you know, issuing instructions and telling everyone what to do. That is why he is holding that position of federal chairperson of the Democratic Alliance. He is not playing, he is just a referee sitting at the corner. So John Steenhuisen is told where to go and all. That's why they gave him agriculture, one of his hobbies, because they understand that he's a plus japi, then he needs to work with meal and cabbages there at the farm. So that's where John Steenhuisen belongs. By the way, even when the DA wins the outright, by any chance, I don't know how, because they rig elections. Even the previous elections, they rigged those elections, because there's no way, it doesn't make sense to me until today that the Democratic Alliance is the second largest party and has got more than 20%. Where do they get that 20%? Have we asked ourselves? And we've got people who are idiots, who are from the ANC, who accepts everything, constantly continue to accept everything. And the likes of Fikile Mbalulas, they want to act like they are smart, you know, they speak like they are proper, but they are scared of those people. They are very much scared of those people. So I won't be surprised when the government is overthrown, when Democratic Alliance and Afriforum and all those Afrikaners, they get together now. Now Orania is going to grow bigger now. Now we're going to be in shambles now. Now it will expose all the horrible things that were hidden. Now they will tell us now the buck stops here now. We'll be taking instructions because our very own leaders, you know, they couldn't sense anything, they couldn't see anything, they couldn't protect us. As much as they had a political power, they are still quiet. The Thabo Mbekis, no, he's enjoying retirement. You will see him canvassing in Soweto when there's election season, because he's canvassing for his food, for his convoy, for his allowances and all of that. They just want to maintain them. And it's sad because they are just about to die. And some of us who are still young, we should be fighting this, because we are the only people who will bear the brunt, because these ones, they die one by one, they die. And then us, as young people, we will be left, and then we will be stranded. And we've got black people who are still following the Democratic Alliance because they are hungry also. They want just a political home where they can be fed. And when they eat, then they are fine. They don't care that, no, they are selling their own people and whatsoever. No, they don't care. As long as they feed their family. Sometimes you need to be hungry so that you can fight for the right thing. Because accepting handouts just for you to survive and selling everything, the whole stake to them, it's just worrisome. But we'll see. I'm worried that the Freedom Front Plus has also made itself public, has taken a public stand, to say they endorse what Afriforum and Solidariteit is doing. As black people in South Africa, the question is, what are we going to do with this? That's the question. What exactly are we going to do? Are we going to sit, fold our arms, and let this thing fall apart? Then we lose everything. What are we going to do? As a black person, are you going to get the land? Are you going to get the land? With this kind of situation, chaos and everything, and black people are being pushed out of government, completely out, we're never going to get the land back. I wish I can see if Cyril Ramaphosa will be firm on this land expropriation. We rather become Zimbabwe. We are ready to become Zimbabwe because they've been threatening us that, no, you will be like Zimbabwe and all of. We are ready to be Zimbabwe because anyway, we are hungry anyway. So why are we scared of hunger? Because we have never been rich, some of us. We've been poor our whole life. So what is it that is going to change anyway? So even when you are an average person, a black person who's working and earning 30K or 40K, you've got credits. You are living on credits. Your house is a credit. Your car is a credit. Your kids are going to school, credit. Everything is credit. So what kind of a life are you living? So squatters, thank you for watching, and let's keep engaging. I'm worried about the Freedom Front Plus coming forward and approving what Afriforum and Solidariteit movement is doing there with their senior president. Let's keep engaging, squatters. Thank you for watching my content. Thank you for the new subscribers. Welcome to the squatter community. Thank you, Sebo.